And I know where I'm headed, but won't forget where I'm from. I'm about to start another chapter, cause my story's just begun.
Alright, what's up guys? It's Dakota, and you already know what's going on with this video. As you can tell, this is not the normal gym that I am at. So, based on my previous video, you can guess that this is the deadlift party, if my title doesn't already say that. Not that hard to guess. But yes, this is Conviction Fitness, Chicago. Anyone who lives in Chicago, it's over on Western, right past the Brown line. I want to say like Western and not Montrose, maybe Irving. I don't actually know the exact street, but it's not that far from the Rogers Park area. Anyways, yeah, a lot of fun stuff went on today. I am going to cover one thing though, is that a lot of these bigger weights for myself, and as you'll see in a little bit, my friend Franklin, are not moving at optimum speeds, especially with mine, because you've seen me deadlift 315 for 4, I think, before. But today, you can see some 325 and stuff, just not going quick. And originally, I thought it was on my mind. But when my girlfriend came over and was like looking at, you know, the weights and stuff, you'll see that, or she said and pointed it out, that the bar seemed a lot thicker, and it definitely was. I thought it was on my head because it was a different bar and stuff like that, so I thought maybe it was just kind of like psyching me out, but it was actually fairly thick, and the knurling on it was weird, so I'm not really sure what you would call it. If you guys know, feel free to tell me. I don't know if it's a squat bar or something. I also don't know the actual weight on it, so it could have been 55. I really don't know. I'll have to ask, because it's the end of an era, baby. Starting today, which is the 30th, my girlfriend and I are both transferring over to Conviction for our training, which is going to be a lot of fun. And a lot of, I feel very informative, and I'm going to learn a lot, and it'll be awesome. Anyways, you'll see Franklin right here is not a huge deadlifter. He doesn't really do it. He was saying he hasn't deadlifted in months, probably, when we were talking about it. And even with that, he wasn't really, you know, he never really went heavy or anything. So I told him, I was like, you know, well, we'll coach you through it. We'll, you know, give you some basic pointers and stuff. And, you know, we ended up working him to 305, I believe. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest pull, but both of us had been doing a lot of, like, alternative training. You'll see there's a lot of fun stuff at this gym that he goes to an export. I go to a charter fitness that, you know, those gyms don't really offer. I'm not really talking about much of these lifts going on. They're nothing special. I was just kind of matching Franklin because, like I said, I think he said he did, like, 185 before or something. So we were just sharing a platform, so anything he did, I would just match him on, even though it's not my normal progression, especially with wanting to hit a PR on this day. But I didn't really mind. I was having a lot of fun. You can see, like, we're messing around with the chalk, making clouds and stuff, just stuff that you can't really do at a normal global kind of gym. So we're having a lot of fun. In the background, sometimes you'll see me or someone else doing something goofy. So that's what I account to another thing of making. Spoiler, 345 was the PR I hit today. A lot harder than it should have been between the bar and just overall exhaustion. I do put all the deadlifts first, but in the actual training, I was doing tire flips, I was doing pull-ups, I was doing ring like dips, I was doing a lot, so that's my excuse. I have a decent amount of form breakdown here, like, towards the end of this all. This being, 295, I believe it is. But, yeah, overall it went really, really well. I want to say that much, at least. It was a ton of fun. And, I mean, it convinced me that I basically just needed to go here. Was that 305? I don't know. Yeah, it must have been 305, because here I step it up. I think this is 320. I don't know, guys. Anyways, this is where I started to realize the weights were not feeling right. And so I ended up taking off all the bumper plates and stuff like that. And I just didn't know what it was until my girlfriend brought up the bar. But I have to say, everyone did awesome today. Honestly, I did the worst in terms of deadlifting. And because everyone was shattering PRs, I mean, granted, you can't really say Frank didn't have a huge PR before, like reaching potential levels with 185 or whatever it was he was at. But he worked up real heavy from that's what he's being used to a 305 pull, and here we're like, wait, dude, take off your shoes, because he is wearing Roches, and that's something when my girlfriend first started getting into powerlifting, she did, and I advised greatly against, but she was so set on them being so comfortable for squats and deadlifts, and I was like, no. And if anyone out there is working in Roches, you should really try shoeless or just another kind of shoe. Honestly, they're built very strange. And here I want to give a great shout out to my girlfriend here, working up to a 225 sumo. That is her primary stance. Don't worry about that. Anyways, I did want to give a huge shout out to her. That was a 40-pound PR in 4 weeks, I think. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. And here's Franklin coming back with that's 305. Sorry guys, I'm not on my game today, but there's Franklin with 305. And here I am finally working up to 315 because Franklin basically said he wanted to go for 315, and that was probably about it. And this is really where I started. This was a grinder almost for the weight, and I was feeling kind of strange. I didn't know what was going on. I know I keep reiterating that, but that's just how it was. And Franklin, he almost gets this. I was mad that he didn't. He hitches a little, but honestly, I'll allow it. This is huge, almost 200 pounds working up from what he's done before, 130. So I gave him that. Here's my girlfriend hitting on our 225. Really impressed with her lifts on this day. She did the least extra work, but definitely was the most focused on deadlifts out of the three of us. Me being the least focused, but still having a good time. And this was my goal PR for the day, 365. I know I said that was going to be my birthday PR, but I really wanted to work up to that today. And I don't know. Maybe it was 375 because of the bar. Maybe it was the grip on the bar. Maybe it was the width of the bar. I don't know. But I just couldn't get onto it. Right there, my grip just gives out. It falls out of my hands. And I was pretty disappointed. And I knew I wouldn't have it after that. So I busted down to 345. And spoiler alert, my first attempt is complete fail. I don't even think I get it off the ground. I don't know what it was, but it was just one of those things. I think just the mentality wise was just like not clicking. But I come back and I kill it. Thankfully, grind it out. And boy, oh boy, did this lift feel long. Like, if you look, it hangs off the ground about an inch for what felt like an eternity before I just decided to grind it through and end it. And here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. In the background, you'll see, if you look over there in that corner, you might see Franklin doing some punching bag work, because he was spending a lot of time over there, and I was as well. It was a lot of fun. But this is just some tractor tire flips, which I've never done before, and was honestly a ton of fun. I had a ton of fun doing this. This and prowler pushes were awesome. They have that little track you can see right there. I was really excited with that. Honestly, that was an accomplishment. I had done, I think, 4 each way, and boy, that freaking wore me out. And here they had chains, which if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, you'll see I was really excited for too. And I think this is probably about 50 or 60 pounds, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure, because with chains, unless your gym tells you somehow, you don't really know unless you weigh it. But I was too lazy to go take it to the scale in the bathroom. But I'm estimating probably about 60 pounds worth of chains. And it really took me by surprise. I've never done any work with chains before, and it really took me by surprise here. And I'm only leaving this clip running because you can see again some more of the nice training facility we have over here, because I didn't really take a good video of the actual area. But you'll see Franklin in the back doing some prowler pushes. I think his goal was 20 back and forth, as with back and forth counting as 1. So that was actually fairly impressive because I don't think I could do that. I don't have the cardiovascular endurance. I've always been a sprinter. But yeah, here I am coming back with the chains because these were really cool. Mainly just because this made me feel like a badass more than anything. I do want to incorporate them into some training though. I really do. But mainly they do make me feel like a badass. The sound of like the chains clinking up and down during a deadlift is awesome. So I'm definitely going to figure out how to incorporate them into some overload training. Maybe help out my bench a little bit. Helps me, you know, strengthens me up on that lockout, which I have been having some troubles with. And here's the safety squat bar, which, you know, I'm mixed on this. I don't know if I'm using it right with my arms flared out, because I see a lot of people with the opposite and their elbows really tucked in. But I don't know, my shoulders just didn't feel broad enough unless I like kind of did a lat spread there. But I'm just kind of messing around with it, and you know what? Everyone was saying, oh man, you know, the safety squat bar was really hard, adds on a lot of weight, so I was like prepared for the worst. I even put on my knee sleeves for I think this is 135 with the, I believe that's 20 kilos, so yeah, it should be right around 135. So I was kind of worried, but this felt really, really easy. Honestly, probably easier than 135 on a straight bar. But then as soon as I worked up to, I don't even know what the next weight is, the kilogram plates really threw me off. I was kind of using them for fun. I wasn't recording today's workout at all, like on Body Space or anything. But this was real hard too. But that's the end of the video, guys. And as always, guys, train hard and stay hard. Keep it real, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you.